So both the business drivers and the technology drivers together really come together to look at what are our mission enhancement strategies. What are the things that I'm dealing with? What are the technologies that are enablers of me for my mission? How does that come together into these enhancement strategies? And I have 4 major strategies for you here. First, evolution of service offerings. We probably saw this a lot within first fundraising, where fundraising shifted and went social, which means fundraising through social media, right? So how am I actually evolving the way that I'm actually doing something? That's primarily here. So it's not just about delivering service, but it's also how you're actually interacting with any of your constituents, whether it's donors or service recipients. Workflow and process efficiencies. One of the ways that we deal with the fact that we're having less funding available is really to be a bit more efficient in what we're doing. So I may want to apply these technologies internally into my back of my house, essentially, to better be able to essentially reduce that big no-no, which is our admin portion of our budgets, right? Staff enablement, work-life fitness, this is the other one. You know, a lot of times we always hear people who work for nonprofits do it out of love because they really are not getting paid what they could be making on the for-profit world. So what we want to do to help keep them in our world is really enable them to have better work-life balance, better work-life. I call it fitness rather than balance, because I really think if you're trying to balance, you're really not doing good at either. You're going to focus on work sometimes, you're going to focus on home sometimes, right? So it's really about fitness and making sure that I'm doing both equally well. So that may be sometimes our strategy there, because that's where we're seeing remote technologies, mobile technologies, those are coming in and helping with those types of balances, because I don't have to be in the office to work. And then the last one, local to global opportunities. As I was sitting through some of the sessions, I know there's definitely a bunch of you that are working internationally here, but I also encourage those of you that think you're not to sometimes look whether there's actually opportunity for you to be reaching out and using technology to increase your reach. And of course, it depends upon your mission, whether your mission really has a global presence or an international message that you're trying to send out there. But technology now has really made the world a lot smaller. Through my website, I can reach anybody in the world, right? Through social media, through Twitter, I can reach anybody in the world. So really looking at local to global opportunities and how am I leveraging technology to help me deliver my message to a broader audience. So those are our 4 general strategies that we want to see IT support. Notice that none of these are technical, right? None of these are technical. It comes back to the fact that IT and technology really is just an enabler, again, of our mission. And sometimes the answer is not technology. A lot of times I get brought in, actually I didn't mention it in the beginning. My role is primarily an advisor, so I am a CPA, but I only do IT advisory services, and normally it's the CFO controller that's hiring me to help get through a lot of the strategy planning activity. Well, a lot of times they come to me and they say, I need this system. I say, well, why do you think you need that system? Well, because we know that we have a problem with grants, so I need a grant system. And I go in and I look at it and I say, well, the problem isn't really with your grants. Your problem is really more with your constituent management. Or it's with the way that you're working with your grantees. Oh, I hear a lot of people. Yeah, so you're very familiar with this, right? I hear complaints on both sides. I hear it from the funding organizations. I hear it from the ones that are receiving funding. So, really remember that technology is not necessarily the answer. A lot of times we think, I need a system for this. Take a step back, look at the outcomes that you're trying to achieve, look at what you're trying to do, and sometimes process is actually the answer. I'll tell you, most of the time process is the answer. Because what happens when I apply technology and I automate a bad process? It's still a bad process, and I do it faster and more efficiently, and I get it done bad stuff a lot done faster. Right? So that's the key.